let's get this fucking
You do one.
shit
You
over with.
do one of those.
No,
Give me a.
I can't.
It's a good one though,
I'm
Judd.
too weak.
It's a good one, Judd. It's an exciting.
It's
It's an
not a good
exciting
bit.
podcast. It's a good one.
It's an exciting podcast, so I have to go. Oh!
Yeah. Do it. Give me one. Give me one. Go on.
I just did.
No, give me a big one. Give me
No,
some.
I'm not.
Give it some gumption.
Literally, my nana and granddad are in the next room over.
Do you know what my favourite scene is lately that you could apply to this? Give it the old razzle dazzle.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Oh, in today's podcast, we've got a bonanza. We've got all sorts going on. We've got our regular segments of Why You're Wrong and Freak of the Week. We've got a story of when my mum went away. Yes, very thrilling. No, it wasn't anything like crazily thrilling, but there was just a bit of it that was like, I don't know, I found quite funny. We're going to do an insufferable people tier list. We're going to actually have to split that into two halves, because when I was coming up with like people that we would find insufferable who we could like rank in a tier list, I got on a roll and there's like over 30 of them. So
yeah.
So there's that. And then there's some other various bits of stories and such like that. But first, Judd, how have you been doing? What have you been up to?
God, what have I been up to? Well, I went to go see a show yesterday. I went to go see my mum's last ever show that she's ever going to do ever.
Was it? Or
no, it wasn't a pantomime. It wasn't a theatre. I tell you what it was. It was fucking dog shit. That's what it was. It were awful. And I hate the fact that it were awful because it's my mum's last thing. Like, I didn't want it to be bad. I wanted it to be really good so I could remember her last thing as being great. And she was great in it. But it's just, the show itself was just fucking dog shit.
I mean, no offense to your mum, Judd, but like, she's never been like Helen Mirren or anything, though. She's like been in pantomimes, and probably the biggest thing she were in was Emmerdale. Or was it voicing that one tea lady in that advert?
I don't know, but you know, she's still been in like good like shows that you can at least sit and enjoy. But this was just, it was fucking insufferable. It were called what fucking hell was it called? It was called Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And Jake, talking about insufferable people, what is more insufferable in this world than drunken middle-aged women?
Do you want me to put that on the list? Shall I put that on the list?
Put it on the list. Put it on the list, because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to give it a fucking S rank. There's nothing more insufferable than that. And that was the entire show. There was no story to it whatsoever. Literally, the only story that was in the show is that one of the characters broke up with a guy she was with. And that didn't even get resolved. That was just
Is it like Mamma Mia type thing? You know?
I don't know, because I'm not seeing Mamma Mia, but essentially, what it just was every now and again, they'd sing a song, and I mean, it sounded good. They're all really good singers. But they'd sing a song that was like a karaoke thing that everybody was supposed to join in with. So it wasn't even just them singing; everybody was singing it. So you were sat there in a crowd of drunken middle-aged women watching 4 other middle-aged women sing, and then everybody else was singing over them, so you couldn't hear them. It was just fucking shit, and there was no story. And oh my god, every fucking joke was about sex. Every joke.
It's like the Amy Schumer thing of like, vagina, you know?
Yeah, it literally, I averaged it out, you know. I worked out on average the amount of time, because this is how fucking bored I was, the amount of time on average between each sex joke, and it was 1 minute 30. Between each sector, it was what I was one after the. Honestly, I just drank. I just drank a load. I didn't even go into work today because I was too hungover from how much I had to.
Seriously?
Yeah, I didn't even go into work today because I drank so much to get me through the show.
You skipped regular podcast day for that.
I know I did. I wish if I would have known ahead of time, I would have took my mum by the hands. I would have said, "Listen, mum, I love you, and I really want to support you on your last show, but I just can't. I simply do not have the strength." It was terrible. It was terrible. Mum was easily like the best part in it. I don't like, go. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know
I'm
what
not,
you're trying
I
to say.
don't-
You would
I don't- I
not
don't-
like overestimate just for your mum. Like, if anything, you would like do the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Like, easily.
Oh.
I know that for a fact. I've felt that firsthand.
But yeah, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And genuinely, at one point, when all these fucking women were laughing, I almost just like turned to my auntie and I just went, "What are you laughing at?" I literally almost just went, "What was funny then?"
You should have turned around and gone, "Shut up! Everyone, shut up! It's not funny."
I should have, honestly. I was just like, I was sat there, and there was some bits that were like a bit funny, but like, not really. They weren't like laugh out loud funny, and but when you've heard sex jokes like 20 fucking times in a row, you just feel like going, shut up! Just find something else to talk about. I'd rather talk about the fucking weather. Come on! It wasn't. I wouldn't even classify it as a show.
What we're saying is middle-aged women do not have a good sense of humour, basically.
No, they don't. They fucking don't. It was terrible, honestly. It was really fucking bad. I'm so upset that was the last show my mum's gonna do. I'm so upset.
Did she get paid well, at least?
I don't know. I'm not staying with her. I'd imagine so. She's doing like a tour of it. I hope she got paid well.
I got paid that bad then.
No, whatever. Like it just sucks that was
fucked, hasn't it? That
it's just terrible because that was it. That was it. She's done now.
Yeah.
So
nice.
And that's what I got to remember it by. So
good. Glad you had a fun time, Judd. Well, that's that. I've got. We're gonna jump right in to some stuff because we've got all sorts of things to do, and I need to get one of them out of the way for things to work. So it's if I'm pressing the right button, it's now time for. Press the right one.
That's it. What was it?
This is the segment called This Is Why You Are Wrong. It's where I give Judd a topic. He has to present his stance on a topic, and I have to try and convince him why he's wrong. Today's topic is the biggest driving pet peeve. Like the worst sort of, you know, when you're out and about driving, I know you've not got your license, but you've had plenty of lessons, enough to form some opinions. When you're out about driving, what's the most like annoying thing? What's the most annoying thing about driving? Or like not necessarily about driving, but like, you know, like something or someone, the biggest annoying person when driving.
I'll tell you what it is, and it's not even. I guess it's a huge thing for me, but the biggest thing for me is people who just don't fucking use their indicators because it's such a fucking easy thing to do. You literally just get your finger and you either go up or down. It's that easy. And yet there's so many people, that just can't do that. They just can't do it. So I don't know what's up with them.
Yeah, that is the that's a good answer. I'm not gonna lie, but Judd, this is why you're wrong, okay? Because not indicating is fucking annoying, really annoying. It is. Do you know what? And you know who else doesn't indicate? Cyclists on the road. I can't hear you. What's happening? Have you knocked your microphone out?
Oh, sorry, there we go. Sorry, I knocked it off.
Cyclists on the road, they not indicate either. Now, they have got a system for indicating, but so have cars, and they do theirs even less. So, even if your answer is indicating, cyclists being on the road, yes, I understand that in our country, legally they're supposed to be on the road, but it's fucking annoying, and it's the worst bit about driving, because, you don't get your indicating, like you just said. And also, they can only do, like, 10 miles an hour! They can't do any speed limits or anything. And then, they're also insanely unprotected. They've got no metal to stop you with them, so you have to be super careful around them, treat them like a newborn baby. And the thing is, They're barely going faster than walking. It's obviously safer to be on a pavement. And here's another thing. If an accident happens between a car and a cyclist, that's way more likely to be a bad accident than between a cyclist and someone just walking on a pavement. So, it's not safer, it slows everyone down, you don't know what they're doing, they're all pretentious. Like, you know, the people who
they're all
know,
pretentious,
they're the worst sorts of people as well. Fuck those people. And here's to top it all off, this is the one that's going to put the nail in the coffin for you, this one. Remember when our dad took us out, being the cyclists on the road when we were younger? That was the worst time. The worst time.
It was.
So there you go. That's all you need, Judd. That is the worst cyclist on the road. Whether it's, I don't give a, and you know what? Sorry, I'm going to give you another one. Another thing that makes it even more annoying is that they can say, but it's legal, you know, we have to do it because it's illegal not to, it's illegally you're supposed to be on the road. I don't fucking care. I don't care.
Yeah.
No one's going to enforce. It's one of those rules that no one's going to enforce. Like, if you're under, well, in our country, it's under 16, or in America, under 18. Shout out to Seattle. If you're underage and you have sex, you're not going to get arrested. What are they going to do? And it's one of those where they don't enforce it. So, like,
if you're under 16 and you're having sex with another person your age, then yes.
There is some scenarios where that's different. By the way, don't do that. I would say don't. No, actually, what I kind of meant, but I made it sound worse, is don't have sex at 16. I think that's too young.
Can I want to do like a PSA, like a little public surface announcement thing to like all the younger men in the audience. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Obviously, if you're listening to the podcast, you can't see
the two people in Seattle.
Yeah, if you're not watching the podcast, you can't see this bit. But I'm going to spin around on my chair like it's a PSA and then address the camera. So, Here we go. Hi, my name is Jordan Tapp. I'm the co-host, but pretty much should be the actual host of the of Podcast Badly, because I'm the funny one, but we'll not talk about that today. I want to talk to you about underage sex and why you shouldn't have sex at such a young age. First of all, boys, let me just tell you something. Women are just horrible. They just suck.
Right. Oh my
why
God.
Why want to do anything with a woman? With a woman?
They're like schools of fish. You count them all as one entity.
Yeah, they're just all one thing. They might as well be. They're all equally unfair.
Let's get back to the topic on hand here. Basically, what I want to know is
that's my PSA.
I think the fact that you've given a PSA is telling me that you've submitted. And do you agree? Have I changed your mind that cyclists on the road?
Yeah, because they just don't even need to be on the road.
We did it, folks.
Like,
and it's true. I genuinely believe that one as well. Like, indicate. If you would have picked that by some weird reason, I would have gone with people who don't indicate, because that's just. It's so lazy. Your fingers are literally like right next to it. It couldn't be lazier.
But it can kill people. It can genuinely kill people.
Yeah, and so can cyclists on the road.
Yeah. They can.
Cyclists on the road. Get them off. My girlfriend's argument to it is that every road should have a cycle lane. Now, yeah, that'd be perfect, but that's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. Yeah. It costs way too much money, way too much resources. It'd be awful for the environment to add to roads that much. Your infrastructure problems would be huge. If we'd have had enough foresight, if we could see into the future, then yeah, we should have started building every single road with a cycle lane, and then people could cycle everywhere. But it's not. It's just impossible at this point, really. But yeah, they should be on pavements. They're way better on pavements than on the road. So
whenever I cycle, I'm on a pavement. Like I always cycle on a pavement.
Yeah, that's where I cycle as well. If I'm going to cycle, that's definitely where I would do it. But right, we're moving on, Judd, because we need to get started on this insufferable people's tier list. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to start with cyclists on the road. What do you think? What do we think we should rate cyclists on the road? Because to me, that's an S tier cunt. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fully happy to put cyclists on the road as an S tier straight away.
You can know what, you can do it. With me, you're fine with doing that.
There we go. Right. Next up, we've got one that you've been quite passionate about in the past. Capital, give me the cash, people.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You've got one rule in that game. Just say Capital, give me the cash. Just say it. You signed up for it.
To me,
S. Put an S.
Okay, you're so passionate about it. I'm gonna give you the S. I would have put them at an A just because, like, there's at least some funniness to be had with it, and you don't have to listen. You don't have to listen to Capital either. You know, I can't avoid cyclists on the road. Whereas Capital, give me the cash, people. Like, you could just not listen to Capital, but
I have to listen to Capital because the guy who I drive through with likes listening to Capital, so it's always on the radio.
Because you're passionate enough about it, I'm happy to leave it in ST. Right.
That's such a niche thing as well that I feel like a lot of people won't get.
If you want to know what we're talking about with Capital, give me the cash, people, listen to the previous podcast, and listen to all the podcasts as well after that, because they're fucking good. By good we mean bad, but that means good. Who knows? Anyway, so next is someone who you just mentioned, people who don't fucking indicate.
Yeah.
I think that's an A. We've just debated that, and it's like if we're talking about, I don't know if we're talking about how annoying it is. I can kind of like guess where people are going sometimes. I'm thinking about a B actually, you know.
I don't know. I'd put it at an A just because like it actually can just kill people. Just you're either too like retarded or lazy to literally just move your finger a bit.
Here's an interesting one for you. That one kind of like person who's in charge of like an activity, or maybe it's like a coach to a sports team, or if you've gone on holiday and your parents have made you go to a youth group because they want to go shag or something like that when you're a kid. And there's like an activities leader.
My nan and granddad put me in a youth group recently because they wanted to go on a
That's hot.
That's hot.
But you know, like there might be like a group activities leader of those places, or it might be a PE teacher or something like that, and they're overly enthusiastic. It's like you know everyone at whatever they're in charge of does not want to be there, but they're really trying to force you to have fun. One of those ones. Yeah. They suck. I feel like that's like a C tier. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'd put them like D or E. They're trying to make you happy, I guess. They're not trying to do something that's bad.
It's not. The only time when you like put that up loads is if you're like, no, I'm not really feeling it, and they're like, no, you have to take part in this.
Yeah, but I'm talking more like, it's not them who's making you take part. Like, you're being made to take part by someone else, and it's their job to be in charge of what you're taking part in. But, like, and they obviously know you don't want to be there, and they won't just let you, like, be a little bit miserable. They're like, yeah, let's go, group, come on, guys, yeah! You know? Oh.
I hated hearing you say that. For me, that's a B, just because I just heard you do that.
I was thinking about moving it down to E, but just from that, I'm gonna leave that in D, I think. Do you remember, the person who was like this the most for me I think he was called Mr. Smith. One of our PE teachers. I think he was just called Mr. Smith. Do you remember? He was not Mr. Kenway or whatever it was called. Kenworthy.
Yeah.
He was the other one, the younger one. And
yeah, I remember the younger one. I don't remember him being like that though.
He were like that. Maybe thought you were too much of a lost cause. I was like, you've never been particularly athletic. I used to be like
with all the sweaty people.
Yeah, I used to be quite naturally athletic. I never like tried and applied myself. I never actually did very well with any sort of sport just because I didn't give a shit. But I think he knew that like if I wanted to, I could be like decent at sports. So he still tried with me, and he tried to give me an endearing nickname, and he called me Foxy Bingo because of the foxybingo.com adverts.
I remember that,
and
yeah.
fucking hated it. I hate it. I would hate that now. I would hate that just as much now. It was
I'm gonna
awful.
start calling you Foxy Bingo.
Insufferable person. Here's one. This is our dad's girlfriend. That one person who, who goes to a restaurant and they have the tiniest inconvenience with the food that they get, and they'll send it back. You know, if it's like just a little bit too cold, just a tiny bit, maybe it could do with being slightly warmer, they'll send it back. They want it reheating. They want a new one making. Or, oh, I didn't want quite that much cheese on it, actually. It's got a bit too much cheese for me.
You know, too much cheese for that. Yeah.
I'm,
no, those people are fucking annoying. And
I'm happy
those
with
people...
like an E tier on that, though.
No,
like...
you know what? No, I personally would put that at an A, because
really?
the people in the kitchen are so stressed. Like, it's unbelievable the amount of work and stress that's put on them all the time, and for some fucking pompous uppity cunt to come in and just look at it and go, there's a bit too much cheese on that. Send it back and make them remake it. No,
they're not necessarily always pompous snobs, though. Sometimes it's just like Karens, or like just people being just a knob, you know?
Yeah, I know, but so all of those people, for me, belong in A tier, because it's just...
Well, why don't we split the difference and put it in C tier? See, I'm not a waiter or kitchen staff, so I don't give a shit about it as much. So.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't do anything in that, but I had a friend who worked. It's not Sam, before you say, because of what the story is going to be. It's not Sam. Essentially, what they do is, because the work was so tiring and they were so like fucking stressed out all the time. It's literally about I like most of the kitchen staff are just go and do coke in the toilet just to like wake them up.
Is your friend. It definitely
it's not. It's a different one. It's a different.
Nah, I don't believe it. Anyway, so
2 people in the world can't do cocaine.
So we're gonna take a little brief break from the tier list, because there's all sorts of stuff to talk about on this week's podcast. We are getting through it like quicker than I thought we would, but we're gonna take a small break from that, and we'll come back to that. There's plenty more insufferable people to talk about, but I've got a couple quick shout outs to do, Judd. Right? Okay. Shout out to
Seattle.
Yeah, as always. But I there's a new Eastern European, or there's a new like I don't know what to call it, a foreign new foreign food shop that I've been exploring, and it's a good one. You know I like my foreign food shops. Yeah. And this place had some interesting drinks. It had cactus flavored drink. It had fucking dragon fruit and chili energy drink. A banana flavored energy drink. You know, it's got those sorts of weird things. It's got all sorts of different interesting stuff, like meat snacks, various pickled meats, and all sorts. It's great. But weirdly, the thing that's blown my mind the most from this shop is Cheetos.
Right.
You had Cheetos before, right?
I mean, I've had What's-Its.
Yeah, so What's-Its is kind of like English Cheetos. So Cheetos are like, there's the Cheeto Puffs, the ones from Toy Story 2. Do you know?
Yes.
With the fat guy. That's normal Cheetos.
With the average Reddit user, yeah.
Yeah. The only Cheetos to me that matter are the crunchy ones. Now, those ones in England are like knickknacks. You know? That's the English kind of version of that. But because this is a foreign food shop, they had crunchy Cheetos. I've had those before, and I prefer crunchy Cheetos to knickknacks. There's something better about them, and especially the hot ones. I've been looking for them for ages. This shop didn't have those. But what it did have was cheese and ham toasty flavoured crunchy Cheetos. Not just cheese and ham. Not just cheese and ham sandwich. Cheese and ham toasty. And you know what? They're fucking right. It was a cheese and ham toasty, specifically. Like, I tasted it and I was like, oh my god. They finally did it.
They did it.
Crisps have finally done it. I ate that crisp and I'm like, I just feel like I've just had a tiny cheese and ham toasty. Like, basically the whole point of what I'm telling you here is, those crisps are pretty accurate to the flavour.
Yeah, it's not saying stuff like, I don't know, salt and salt and vinegar or some shit, and it doesn't taste anything like that.
Yeah, like a lot of crisp flavors are flavored like to be reminiscent of it, like as in like prawn cocktail. That's been a flavor of crisps for so long that, like, when they were making prawn cocktail flavored crisps, the flavor wasn't that accurate because they didn't have the tech to do it as well. But because they've been doing it so long, people don't want it to now actually taste like prawn cocktail. They want prawn cocktail crisps. Whereas these cheese and ham toasty ones, I'm telling you, if you can get your hands on some cheese, basically shout out to cheese and ham toasty flavoured crunchy Cheetos. And if you can get your hands on some of those, fucking do it and try them. They're really good. And also, Cheetos, if you want to sponsor us, hit me up. I'll take some cheese and ham toasty flavoured Cheetos.
Well, just pay us in them.
Yeah, no money. Just like one bag of those for the next 10 podcasts, we'll shout you out. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it. I mean, they're less than £1 at that shop, but sure. That's how much value we have for sponsorship deals right now. On the way to getting these cheese and ham toasty flavoured Cheetos, great. Yeah. But my favourite crisps, I think. Actually, my favourite crisps might be the spicy, cheesy flavoured. The flaming cheese flavoured Doritos. Sorry about my guttural burp sounds as well. Was that really detailed in your ear, Judd?
Yeah, I really didn't like that, to be honest.
Sorry, on the way to get those crisps, right? This was a really quick kind of. This is a really quick like little story. We were walking past this car, and we weren't slow or anything, so I was heading back from the gym, I think I was heading towards the gym, and I got the crisps on the way back. I was heading towards the gym, and so we weren't, like, sauntering or anything. We weren't just walking about for a walk. We had a purpose, so we were walking, like, reasonably fast. And I kind of clocked really quickly kind of a bit of breathing around this car. And then I swear to God, the car breathed and then farted.
You're lying.
What? No. What? You can ask my girlfriend. You can genuinely, if you want to message her. I swear to God, we walked past this car. She didn't hear it breathe, but I heard some breathing that I feel like was from the car. But we both heard the car fart. Just straight up, it farted.
You're insane. You sound insane.
But I wasn't no.
You can't fart. What? What are you talking about?
But I wasn't the only one who heard it. She heard it. Like, we both straight up heard it and both just looked at each other and went, "That car just farted." And it makes me think, was someone underneath the car? Because they definitely weren't in the car, right? We looked in the car. Well, we didn't, like, peer into the windows. We looked around at the car. There were no one in it. And if they were in the car, it would have sounded really different. It sounded definitely like it was, like, next to us, not muffled by, like, a door or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It was a quick, weird one. If anyone knows why that car might have farted, tweet at Tweets Badly and let us know.
Nobody
or leave it in the
knows why
comments.
That car farted, because a car didn't fucking fart,
you know, no,
idiot.
It might happen. It might happen all the time in Seattle. You
Shut
never
up.
know.
If anybody knows why this car farted, tell.
Judd, it might happen all the time in Seattle, I'm telling you. Yeah, and if you leave it in the comments if you know what the fuck happened, if I'm just going insane or you know why a car might have farted, what your best theory is, leave it in the comments or tweet at Tweets Badly. You can comment on twitch.tv/streamsbadly, I believe, if you're watching it live. You can do that there, or there's the Streams Badly YouTube channel. If you're listening to the audio version, you probably can't comment, so you'll have to tweet at Tweets Badly. You can get the audio version on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other good podcast platforms.
Nice.
So there you go, Judd. I think that was a good little interlude, and I think we're ready to get angry at more people again.
Yeah, nice.
So I've almost got a 3-in-1 here, right? Because there's a few that are kind of similar sorts of things. I feel like there's one of the three is slightly worse than the other two. So first of all, they're all people who are like, this thing is my entire personality types of people.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a few of these. So the first one that we've got is, my relationship is my entire personality. Oh, sorry, a brief interlude again. We don't have many rules on the Twitch channel, but the only rule we do have is don't fucking advertise your bullshit. And if you do, you're going to get banned. So me 004751FB78 banned.
What?
Fuck you.
Also,
Go
can I
away.
just say, what a memorable name that people are definitely going to remember for when you're streaming.
They're not. It's a bot, isn't it? It's like, wanna be famous? Click this link and get loads of Twitch viewers and then jerk yourself off. Anyway, people whose whole personality. You know what? In fact, I'm adding one. Twitch bots who advertise on the stream. People who advertise on streams. We'll add in that right now. How do I do that? I'm gonna have to. I've got images for all these, and because this one wasn't prepared, I'm gonna have to type that. People who advertise on streams. Okay. Right. Where are we putting them? They're the worst. They're the worst people. They're going in S. They're fucking going in S too. Fuck those people. Jesus Christ. Just. I can't even select them. Yeah. This'll do. There. People who advertise on streams go in S tier. Right, okay. There we go. Okay, so people whose relationship is their entire personality.
You know, I can't really comment on this because I don't think I've ever actually met anybody that does that.
I have, and I don't mind it too much, you know, because, like, you live for something that's not too bad to live for. It's annoying if you want, you know, to people who are trying to be friends with you, because all you do, you know, talk about... It's a bit like, you know that one In-Betweeners episode where Simon won't shut up about his girlfriend, and they always whack him in the balls whenever he talks about...
Yeah.
Who is it? What's her name?
It's Carly, isn't it?
It's not Carly, it's the other one. It's Tara. Tara, that's the one. And they always whack him in the balls. It's kind of like that. I don't mind. I'm putting it in F tier. It's still an insufferable person, but, like, they're not the worst. Now, a big jump for me. The person whose entire personality is weed or alcohol or some sort of drug.
No,
you know?
No, I listen. As much as I like smoking a bit of the devil's lettuce, if that's your only thing, if that's it, shut up. Please go outside.
I'm thinking A tier. It's less annoying than S. It's not quite S. It's not quite people advertise on streams. But fucking just get alive.
I know. Just do something else.
Look, right. I love beer. Okay? But my entire personality isn't beer. I don't go, I'm getting sloshed on this podcast. Wait, I've not even mentioned it. I've had 3 beers already. I've not even mentioned it. You know, it's like, it don't matter. Yeah. Who cares? Here's another one that I'm going to say it right now. I don't think it's quite as bad as that. My sexuality is my entire personality.
This is one, I'll say this right now. This is one I recommended. And we've never had a complaint before, but I'm bisexual. I like a bit of both. The truth is, I'm so lonely that I'll just get with anybody at this point.
Or anything.
The thing is, though, if I've never understood these people who they'll come out as gay or they'll come out as lesbian or whatever, and that's it. That's the whole personality. That's literally all they talk about. It's all they look forward to doing, and that's just it. And the thing is, as well, for me, the reason why this really pisses me off is because this puts a negative view on me, because it's like people are gonna be like, oh well, he's bisexual. Is he only gonna talk about dudes that he's fucked? It's like, no, I'm not. That's not.
Not that I don't want you to tell me about that, but
you find it quite fascinating, strangely enough. But
I mean, I don't know the fuck to do it. I don't want to know the ins and outs of it.
Maybe I'll bring it up every now and again, you gossip about who you. So I mean, people kiss and tell. They do it. But it's not like all I am. In fact, I purposely go out my way not to tell people my sexuality, and it's not because I'm ashamed of who I am, or I'm scared of how they're going to react. I actually don't care about what a lot of people think of me. But I just think it just doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter at all.
All the Pride festivals and stuff like that happens. I'm not saying Pride's a bad thing, by the way. Love a big celebration and fun thing. There's, if there's a reason for that, then great. I'm all for stuff like Prides and things like that. But the reason for those things is pretty much gone. It's negligible now, I would say, at least. That, like, obviously hate on things still happens, but the thing is, it doesn't matter. You know, who you're interested in boinking doesn't matter, to the point where my default kind of assumption on sexuality now would be bisexual, really. Or I guess pansexual, if you wanted to use all the definitions that people give, but really,
I think technically that's what I would be classed as.
Yeah, I think so. Like, as in, it don't, like, what gender you are doesn't matter for who you should want to sleep with, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, to the point where I wouldn't say I'm straight, because I think it'd be ridiculous to say that you're straight. I think anyone saying that they're straight is lying to themselves, to be honest. Because, like...
I didn't expect that. This is going in a completely different direction.
No, it has, actually, but I do think that... But this is important for, like, why these sorts of people are insufferable, though, because, like, we're literally to the point where, like, it doesn't matter who you want to sleep with. Just sleep with who you want to sleep. No one cares. Or, like, some people aren't on this list because they're, like, actual bigots, not just insufferable. They will care, but, like, what I'm trying to say is, everyone can go fuck everyone. Stop being so loud in my face about it and actually have something interesting about you. Anyway.
For me personally, that's an S tier, because it's literally to a point where it negatively affects my life.
I know. I'm plopping it in B tier though, Judd, because at least they're really proud about something that's, like, not shitty to be proud about. Like, doing cocaine every night is something that's not worth... Like, there's no reason to be proud about yourself for that at all. Whereas being gay, it's not, you shouldn't be proud about it, but it's not a negative thing.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway.
I'm always, when you say not be proud, it's like, you know, you shouldn't be proud to be straight or
exactly
anything. It's just nothing.
It's who you are, and it should be
that you are,
and that's that, and everyone's cool and everyone's happy.
It's a null point on both sides. It's not particularly
special, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like, if you get angry over the what another person is attracted to, I mean, as long as they're not, like, children. if you get angry at that, then you're a fucking idiot. And if you go around acting like your sexuality is your only thing, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, because that's not. It should be. That's almost perpetuating the idea that that's something that shouldn't be normalized. By acting like it's so special, it shouldn't be considered normal. If we've explained this extremely badly on this podcast, if you want us to try and explain it better, tweet at Tweets Badly and let us know what we actually mean. Unless you're understanding what we're on about. But yeah, if you got a problem with us, tweet at Tweets Badly and send us hate comments.
Come and fight me.
Here's another one for you, Judd. All I have to say is Tommy Toppers. These are people who hear what you like, something about you, and they always have to say, you got an A on the test. Oh, whoa, that's really good. I got an A star.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shut up. A. Put them at A.
Really? I don't think they're that bad.
I do.
I find it quite funny. I would put them at a B. I think that's, to me, very... I would put them at a C. That's very similar to the people who send the food back to me. But let's compromise and put them on B.
Okay.
Here's one for you. These are people who are like cunts. They're like knobheads to people. And they try and get away with it, and then and they try and, like, get away with it, and blame you for being annoyed at them by saying it's just a joke. You can't take a joke, you know.
Oh, so what? Like, if say like somebody just kept prodding you, and you like said, "Dude, stop fucking prodding me" or something, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just joking. I'm just playing."
Yeah, it's just a joke. It's you're at your grandma's funeral, and then they're like, tap you in the balls, and you're like, what the fuck did you do that for? I'm like, it's just a joke. Why you can't even take a joke?
Really funny though.
It is. That's why I think we should put them on E, because it's almost meta funny when they do that, because the whole point is that like they're doing it in a scenario where it's not just a joke and it's not funny, but kind of looking back on it, that can be laughed at a lot longer later. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I'd maybe put that at a D.
At a D? You think it's worse?
Yeah. Like,
I'll go with that.
Yeah,
because I'm looking at this overly enthusiastic PE teacher and thinking, God, these two people deserve each other. You know?
yeah.
So anyway, let's we'll do one more before we'll do a couple more before another little story. Here's one for you. People who think their bag is more important than you on the bus or the train. You know, where like they put their bag there and they won't like move their bag for you to let you sit down. Or like there's like an old person obviously struggling and they've got their bag on like the seat and just don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, no, those people are pieces of shit. Like, I'd put that at B. Like, especially if it's like an old person, like that's having to stand up for their journey because their bag's on the seat.
I don't think these people are the worst, because often if like someone just asks them to move their bag to sit down, most of the time they'll do it. You know,
no,
so it's not too bad.
We're going off the assumption that this is someone who simply will not move their bag. Like, if it's someone that'll move their bag, then it's a null point, because it's like it's not an annoyance then, really, is it?
It is an annoyance.
No, not really. It's not. I don't think it's annoyance if like I like. I'm trying to sit down and there's a bag on the chair and I just go, hey, are you alright to move that? So I sit down and they go, yeah, that's not an annoyance to me. I don't find that annoying at all.
It is to me, but that's why I would rate it very low. But here's why. Here's what the etiquette should be, right? The bus, all the seats are full apart from one, which has but the person who's next to it has put their bag on it. You get on the bus, they see that that's the last seat. Then they should take their bag off. See if you then sit on the seat. If you don't sit on the seat and you choose to stand instead, then they can put their bag back on the seat. There shouldn't be a need for a conversation. I am happy with an E. But where did you want?
Can it go down to F?
Can it go down to F?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess if you want.
Yeah, that's all right. Because I truly don't like find anything up with just that little conversation. If it was like, you know, if we were saying it was like someone who is like, no, you can't sit down, then I'd put that like an A.
Yeah. But
if it's just like a bit of a, can you move your bag? Yeah, then F. So it depends. It depends
Fair
on
enough.
how they are reacting.
I suppose I don't even mind standing up very much either. We'll do one more for now, then we'll have a small interval. This will not annoy you as much as me, I don't think. But this one does my absolute head in. And it's not even that bad. I know it's not even that bad, but it really annoys me. It's the person who orders dessert when the most amount of people at the restaurant don't want dessert and they want to leave. I hate it! Even if it's just me and my girlfriend say, even if, not necessarily her, me and my sister go to a restaurant, I don't know. If it's just me and one person go, and we've had a starter, we've had a main, and I'm like, I don't want a dessert, I'd rather get some like chocolate from the shop or something. And then the one person I'm with orders dessert, even that I find so annoying. But if you're in a group of like 5 or 6 and everyone has to wait for that one person, that's S tier for me. I hate it.
That's awful.
That's the worst! Oh, that's almost more annoying than cyclists on the road. I hate that one. And it's such a weird... That's perfect for this list, because there's a lot of them that are, like, obviously shitty people and, like, actual bigots, but this list's for, like, people who technically aren't morally in the wrong, but they're just a douche, you know? It's like, fuck you!
Yeah,
right.
I'd put that at A. to be honest.
I'm planting an S tier. Fuck those people, Jesus Christ. I hate them. They really are the worst. Anyway, I've got a bit of a story for you. Now, I've got to go... I just want to really quick see if I can get... No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it myself. It's a story about my mum and when she went away on a weekend, and I was going to just quickly run downstairs and ask her to tell the story, which I thought could be fun on the podcast, but I'm going to do it because I can't be asked. So she went away. She often goes away. She's got got a group of friends that she met at a job she had a while ago, and they've stayed friends for ages. They've been friends for years and years. It was actually one of that group of friends that died recently. It mentioned in one of the podcasts. But I guess as a bit of a side note, really nice to see that they've not let that kind of stop them doing anything like that at all. Full steam ahead. They're still enjoying the rest of their friends' company. Brilliant for them. Good on them. But they went to like this because they're all quite middle-aged now. They've all got decent amounts of money. None of them are rich by any means. My mum potentially could be maybe not the most well off, but one of the most well off. I think there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them now, 5 or 6 maybe now. So they've all got a decent amount of money. So they stayed in. I wonder if it's is it called Annick? Annick Castle. Annex Castle. Annex UK. Sorry, I'm just doing some Googling. Annex UK place. Is it a place or is it just called that? No.
I don't know. I don't know what you're asking.
So there's a castle called Annex Castle, and they stayed somewhere near that because they visited Annex Castle. And Annex Castle is where at least the first Harry Potter movie was filmed.
All right.
I'm pretty sure the second one was, and maybe bits of the third one. So the first one definitely was. And I've been before when I was a bit younger, but they went. And now, because Harry Potter's gotten massive, they do like a little workshop type things. The most famous scene that's filmed there is, in the first movie when Harry's first learning to ride a broom. And they do that scene where they go up, and the broom goes. That's the most like obvious famous bit. And they did a Quidditch learning to ride a broom class in that spot where it is in the movie. Now, obviously, it's not. Movies aren't real, folks. Sorry to burst your bubble, but they didn't actually fly brooms. Instead, what they did do was they got a bunch of like middle-aged people that just do a bunch of stupid shit. Like, I don't know. I found this so funny when she was telling me. They just got into a bunch of stupid shit with brooms, and I just found this so funny because these are all like 45 to 55-year-olds, stood in front of a broom going up, and then obviously nothing happening. Oh dear, I think you need to move the mic close to your mouth, Jay. It keeps cutting out. Yeah, it's really funny, and the best bit was the fact that like the people who were in charge of this, right, were some of those people on that insufferable list. Like the overly enthusiastic group leader type people. I could tell from my mum telling me this that's who they were like, and but for that audience, that group of people works really well. Like, those types of people work well, so they actually enjoyed it a lot. And it makes having that sort of group leader for a group of middle-aged people doing an activity like that makes the people participating go fucking mental. They fucking love participating heavily in stuff like that, don't they? So I don't even know why they did this, but one of the things that the people who were running it said that they had to do was if they were riding their broomstick, which was just putting it between their legs and then running about, they had to give their broomstick a noise. So it resulted in a group of about 10 middle-aged men and women running around a field with a broomstick between their legs going, wee, 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 blah, 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 blah. Oh. And no, Judd's completely pissing himself. The audio's not coming through for him for some reason. I think you need to.
I don't know why.
I think you need to lower on Discord your threshold, for audio coming through.
Okay, all right. Give me a second.
But I found it so funny because my mum was saying that obviously none of them wanted to copy another person's noise. They all wanted their own noise. So they had to come up with increasingly weirder and weirder noises for their brooms. So my mum showed me some video of her mates running about these brooms between her legs, and one of my aunties going, or something. It's so funny. Oh god. It's still cutting out, Judd. I would just take off the noise gate completely. Just 1 sec. We're just going to do some slight troubleshooting, folks. Don't worry about this.
Where's my mouse gone?
You go to settings, voice and video, voice activity, and then turn off automatically determine, and then drag the slider all the way to the bottom.
All the way to the bottom. Okay, got it.
And then it'll just let through everything.
All right, nice.
Oh, do a big fake laugh now. Reenact the laughs you were doing to that. No. Do a louder one. Do a big loud. Put it close to your mouth. Put it close to your mouth then and do the same thing.
I'll do a big loud one if you tell me something that's as funny as that. Or tell me more. Put it
close to your mouth and do it that loud then.
Right.
This is great content.
They said people at home are gonna hate this. We're gonna lose all.
Just do it really quick then. Hurry it up. It still didn't work! Oh my god, it'll be fine. Anyway, right, moving on. We're going to do some more insufferable people because we've been, believe it or not, Judd, I've been trying to breeze through things quite quickly, and we've already done 50 minutes, and we're only
Oh god.
We're only less than halfway through the insufferable people, so the rest of this podcast will probably be the insufferable people, so stick around for that. We'll not take too long with them. And if you want to participate in this, another thing that you can do, tweet at Tweets Badly. You can use this tier list that we're doing and let us know and send us pictures of your tier list. Your version of the tier list, what you think. Cool, right, next. Here's one for you. Here's maybe a niche one that maybe I've experienced more than you. This is the person, right, who loves to sing along with their car music. There's nothing wrong with that. I like that. But when your car's full, when there's someone driving and there's 3 other passengers and the person driving puts their music on and they just want to sing and no one can talk or anything because they're going to fucking sing. It really does make it. One of my exes did this a lot, and she didn't understand how annoying it was and how rude it is. It's fucking rude. Everyone else has to listen to you sing now, whether they want to or not. And yeah, great, you're good at singing, but shut up.
Yeah,
you don't have to always sing. Ugh. I like a B tier on this one. What do you think?
I'd put that at an A, to be honest, because I feel like that's trapping you.
I don't think that's worse than people who don't indicate or people whose entire personality is drugs.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, put it at a B. I feel like a B is
Yep. So next we've got Space Invaders, people who just won't get out of your face, essentially. They don't just essentially people generally don't understand personal space boundaries.
Yeah.
And as an autismo, it's annoying. It's you're just a bit close to me and you're touching me too much. Now I understand that that's not inherently necessarily bad. I'm going to put my case forward for an E tier on that.
I personally would put that at more of a D.
Oh, no, Judd, they're not as bad as, like, the overly enthusiastic PE teacher or the cunt who blames it all on a joke.
I think they are. Get your face out of my face. Just but take 3 steps back.
Okay.
Honest to God.
ET is looking barren, by the way. Oh, here's one for you that's gonna. I think this is gonna be fairly high. Call center people. Just the people who ring you up and like it's obviously a scam. Fuck off.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'd put that at an E. I think I'd put that at an E. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to compromise on a D then, because like they're worse. Actually, I don't know. They don't call you all the time, and you can just hang up. Okay, yeah. We'll go with an E, and you can fuck with them as well. So I guess they're not that bad. Here's one that you submitted, Judd. People who spoil movies. Like that's just what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, it's inexcusable. That, especially if it's like, it's annoying. It's annoying if someone like slips up and they tell you something you didn't want to know. But
yeah.
if they're
even then, that does my head in. I want an A tier on these folks.
Yeah, but the people that go out of their way to spoil it, like I straight up, I think I almost threatened to like kick somebody's head in once. Because like,
if someone would have like spoiled Avengers Endgame for me, I would have been so absolutely furious at them. Like, fuck you. Those people suck. But like, they've not got the niche of annoyance of some of the S tier people though. Not quite. That's like nearly S tier. In certain circumstances, they could be S tier, like for Avengers. But if they spoiled like Shang-Chi, I wouldn't care as much. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why they only get A. Here's one for you.
I once went when I was going to college. There was this guy, who I was watching Gotham at the time, and he spoiled something that happened in Gotham. And I said to him, I like pointed him, and I went, "If you've just spoiled that for me now, and that ends up happening, next time I see you at college, I'm going to kick your fucking head in." and it did happen, and I did have a go at it.
Oh, you had a go at him. You didn't kick his head in?
Yeah. No, I didn't kick his head in. Because
I'm gonna add a new one to the tier list. We're going to add people who don't hold their word, aka Judd, who didn't kick that one guy's head in.
I should have kicked his head in. I thought maybe I shouldn't get kicked out of college for getting Gotham spoiled. But no, I'd put me at an S tier.
We should have put us on here. Anyway, next one, Judd, is just mean girls. Just like like the bitchy girls at school. They're normally not necessarily at school. They're actually like high school never ends. Like they continue throughout life, but like just like them bitchy girls who won't like they live for like gossip and drama and just they want to just fuck with people's lives. It's like fuck off. Now, I don't see these people as much, so I'm happy for a B tier on this because they don't affect me personally that much. But
I'd personally, I feel like I'd give Mean Girls an A because it's just
A tier. It is. I was on the edge anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Right, here's one for you. That I don't know as you'll care about this as much as me. Maybe you would. People who are happy to mooch off of other people. So,
S.
I mean, like, I won't put them at S, but like these. I mean, the prime example of this, right, is they'll ask you for a lift before they've tried to figure out if they could get somewhere. Yeah. To me, if when I couldn't drive, if I could get somewhere on my own and get everything I needed for whatever I was doing there on my own without having to inconvenience someone, I would do it before even thinking to ask them.
Yeah.
Now, if that was a massive pain in my ass, just to not inconvenience someone at all, even though it'd be fairly easier for them to drive me there, I would still do it.
Yeah.
Because I hate relying on other people in that aspect as well. So, I don't find them that awful, because sometimes maybe I should have been a bit more like that to not inconvenience myself so much when someone wouldn't mind, but like, I think, like, you wanted an S on this. Do you still want an S on that type of person?
I still want an S on this, yeah, because I think it's awful, people, because it's taking it. If you're happy to do it, like you're happy just always doing it, then essentially all you're doing is just taking advantage of people's kindness.
Let's land on an A then. I don't know as I'm too bothered about that. Right, next, Judd. This is one that really does my head in. Every time I see it, it really annoys me. It's similar to the thing about the desserts.
Okay.
I've got pictures for all of these, and in theory, I could just do this for. Oh no, I could do this for you, so you could see what's even going on, couldn't I? There you go. You can see the tier list now.
Ouse.
Sorry. There you go. Here's a tier list. So I've got pictures for all of these different people. That obviously you don't need to see them, but the image I've chosen for this type of person is the Facebook Marketplace icon. Because these are people who, no matter what, they want to barter. They want to bring your price down. You know? And I just think, fuck off. That's the price.
I gotta be honest with you, Jake. You gotta slap that an F tier for me because I love a good barter, mate.
I
love a good barter. I love it.
Do you know what's annoying? You know do you remember when we went to Turkey years ago? We went to Turkey. Yeah. I would have been about 14. You would have been 13, 12-ish. Actually, I might have been 15. You might have been, yeah. Anyway, something like that.
Mm.
And we went to like one of those markets there. It was called a bazaar, I think. It was the culture. You would barter at places like that, right? And I didn't really want to that much, but I knew it was the culture, so I kind of did anyway. But our dad was like getting excited by it. Like, you're allowed to barter. You can't do that in shops. You can't do that in Tesco, for example. You can't go to Sports Direct and go, oh, you know this 60 quid hoodie? I'll give you 15 quid. You know? It's like, you can't do that in your shop. They'll just go, no.
Yeah.
But like, there's plenty of places where you can do that, and on markets. Thing is, even in England, you know, if you went to a market like Barnsley Market, or if you went to the outdoor market in Leeds, or like Camden Market in London, would you try and barter there? Because I wouldn't. I don't think that's the culture in markets in England at all.
No, I wouldn't barter there. I don't know. The only time when I do a bit of bartering is on Facebook Marketplace. If I see especially like, because I'm in a group that sells like for people to sell like Warhammer figures and stuff. I'll barter on there all the time. Absolutely.
Look, it's okay to barter if you kind of need it and you're not being a dick with it. But like, too many people.
I never say anything like ridiculous. Like if a model's listed at 60 quid, I might be like, can I give you 45 or 50?
Yeah, that's not too bad. And then they'll bring you up to either 55, 50 maybe somewhere, but you'll probably end up paying 55 for it. Yeah? Whereas I've been trying to sell a guitar that I bought new for £700. It's not really been played very much at all. I'm trying to sell it. It's listed for £595. Oh. Can you hear me?
You've cut out for me.
Hello?
Hello? I can hear you.
So, what did you hear then? I'm trying to sell a guitar.
I heard like a and then you stopped.
Oh, I'm trying to sell a guitar on Facebook Marketplace.
Yes,
I bought it new for £700. It's not really been played very much. It's been played at one gig and mostly been played in my bedroom. It's got a couple tiny like knocks on it, but other than that, it's almost perfect condition. It's listed for £595. I think that's a pretty good deal, especially being as you can't buy that guitar now. And the types of configuration that guitar's in is quite rare. So if you want it, that's a pretty decent price to say that it's next to new. So, and it's not like every year a new guitar's released, there's amazing features on it. Guitars are the same. They have been the same since 1960s. Okay? That, like, people only like guitars that are like from 1960s. So it's not like each year, it's not like an iPhone that gets devalued either. So,
yeah.
It's listed for $595. Do you know what the offers I've been getting? $500.
Yeah.
That's £95. If someone said, oh, what about $550 as a starting point? They're pushing the luck a little bit, but that's a more reasonable starting barter. But do you know what and then we'd maybe work his way to $570. from there, you know? Do you know what the worst bit about it is, though? And that you get on Facebook Marketplace and Depop as well, actually, all the time is people don't want to barter, but they also don't want to pay the money. So they just ask, the only thing they ask is, what's your best price, mate? My best price is what it's listed as, you fucking idiot. Why do you think I put it as that? Because that's what I want for it. What do you mean, what's your best price? Offer me something. Oh, I hate them. S tier. No, I'm not even arguing with you. You're not even bartering me down from S tier. It's the worst. What's your best price?
Can I tempt you to maybe bring that down to a C tier? Because C tier is looking pretty barren.
What you need to do, Judd, is say, what's your best tier, Judd? What's your best tier, mate? What's your best tier that you can do for that? Shut up! Oh, you know what? The only way you could get me to bring that down is paying my full price on that guitar and buying it from me. Here's a weird one, Judd. Children. Just children?
Just children.
Hey,
I could just give them an S. I could just give them an S now, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, it's me. You know I don't like children. But I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They didn't ask to be born. I'm gonna give them a break and only put them in A tier. How about that? You didn't ask to be born into this world and annoy me, but you are, so you're still going in A tier.
Okay, all right.
Politicians.
Oh God, I hate politicians. You could put them in S for me now. To be honest,
some of
politicians
them aren't the worst.
I don't like any of them. I genuinely do not like a single politician.
I feel like politicians are just kids. Aren't they the same thing, basically?
Just put them next to kids. Yeah.
There we go. That works. Here's one for you. Here's a subtle one that I don't mind too much. It's the waiter that always asks how your food is when you're obviously in a conversation or mid-bite.
Oh my God, we went somewhere, me and Harrison, who I work with, and we were like sat down waiting to eat, and like I'd not even gotten my food yet, and Harrison hadn't even started his, and we had one come up to us and say, "You enjoying your meals?" And I just like looked in front of me and went, "No." He was like, "Oh, sorry, I'll be out in a second." Like,
do you know where this needs to go? This needs to go here. It's the reverse of sending the food back. It's like the counter argument to that. Gee, what's this one? What's this next one? 1 sec. Oh, here we go. This is a funny one. This is like such a weird niche one. This is the people who say, "Oh, you've had a haircut," when you've obviously had a haircut. What do you think of that? I don't really care about that too much. I just go, "Yep." I
don't mind that. Like, you can put that at F. You could put that at F for me.
Yeah, it is annoying. Like, it's fucking stupid, and you're an insufferable person. But like, as Jontron says,
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting towards Jontron nostalgia time of the year, where every year I go on a pilgrimage and watch all of Jontron's videos around Halloween, Christmas time. Anyway, another one. We've got lots of these to get through. We need to get through them a bit quicker. This is people who have their picture taken on the dance floor, in the middle of the dance floor. That's not a good place to have a picture. People are trying to dance. Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's fair. You could put that at like an E for me, though.
I think so too, though. Like, yeah, I do agree, because like, I guess they're having a fun time and they want a picture, but like, just do it somewhere else. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, this is another niche one that I fucking hate. I hate this.
All right.
This is the worst. He's getting. Oh, I don't know. This is the person at a party who insists on being like the party's DJ and has really judgmental opinions about music and only wants to play like their shitty indie music. My girlfriend's going to think this is a personal attack on her. It's not. It's a personal attack on her friends, because they're the type of people who would do that. This is like bottom of S tier for me. I hate it.
I don't think I can allow you. I don't think I can allow you to put that in S tier.
Stop trying to play Bob Dylan. I want to listen to Party Rock Anthem. I'm trying to have a fun time.
Stop trying to play fucking Bob Dylan. I'm trying to listen to Party Rock Anthem.
A tier. Isn't it interesting that the man who single-handedly ruined our country slowly over a small time is less insufferable a cyclist on the road, or like that one person who says, "What's your best price, mate?"
God.
Anyway,
some people just genuinely need to be removed from this earth.
These people in S tier are the type of people who I snap my fingers at and pretend I'm Thanos, snapping them into out of existence. Here's another one. This is the type of person that walks right in front of your car in the middle of the road and like nearly gets run over and then goes, what are you doing? You nearly ran me over. Yeah. I really like the picture you've chose from that. You've chose the "Hey, I'm walking here" guy from Rick and Morty. What do you think? What are you giving that?
I'd put that at like a B.
Yeah, B seems good. We seem to agree on most of this, at least.
Mm.
Oh, God, this is one that annoys me, and my girlfriend does this. She knows she does. This is the person who is with you when you order your food. They order their food, and they're not that hungry. They don't want that much. But they still, once you've ordered and you've got your food, they say, "Can I have a bit of yours? Can I have a bit?" No, you can't. This is my food. I ordered this. Go away. You should have ordered your own if you wanted it. I
don't mind that so much if they've got something I'd like to try a bit of, and we try a bit of each, like...
Oh, they never do, though. That's the thing. They always just get, like, maybe a little bit of something. And then, like, just think for a second. You know you're going to want some. Fuck! I hate
it! Me and my little sister have a tradition where if, like, whenever we order Chinese, like, I'll give her one of my ribs and she'll give me like a pancake and some duck or something. We'll make a little
That's fine if it's a tradition, or if you've got like something that like you know is sharing and stuff. But it's a very specific one where they know what you're ordering, and they know that they could get it. They don't order that much either, but they still ask you for some.
I know what you're getting at. I just personally, I don't actually mind that so much.
Okay, well,
I mind it a bit. I do mind it a bit, but I don't mind it so much.
Like, what would you put it then? Where do you think?
I would give that like a C.
Okay, I'm gonna put it to B then, because like it really annoys me, but like I kind of get it. Anyway, next. This is one that you'll probably not mind too much, but this is the person who is a social smoker, right? In quotations, but they would never say that. But they don't want to say that they're a smoker. Like, it's like they smoke fairly regularly, and on nights out, maybe not like regularly at home or something, but they won't. You're a smoker. Like you smoke. Like, and like, oh no, I'm not. I only smoke like sometimes on a night out. No, you're a smoker. It's like essentially the person who don't want to admit that they smoke.
I do that. I only like smoke when I'm out drinking, but I wouldn't say I'm not a smoker, because I am a smoker.
Yeah, exactly. That's completely different. It's essentially you, but if you say, "Oh, I'm not a smoker," you know, it's like, "Oh, fuck off."
I mean, I suppose that maybe annoys me a little bit. I'd personally put that in E.
That's a C for me. Let's put it at, I don't know, I guess. Yeah, no, you've convinced me. I'm going to E. I've thought about it more. E's fine with this. It is fucking annoying, though. Right, here's one for you that you know I'm not going to like this one. People who are too obsessed with dogs, or animals in general, to be honest. People who love dogs and animals too much. Which is, for me, that's everyone. Anyone who loves dogs or animals. Because I think they're fucking annoying and fucking stupid. So... If you disagree with me, tweet at TweetsBadly and let me know why I'm a bad person. But these are so annoying. This is like an A tier for me, because people don't understand the consequences that they have of like being obsessed with dogs and loving their dogs so much, and then like not training them properly and being lazy and shit. I hate it. Geo Mema says, "Is Cake a podcast?"
Is cake a podcast? No, you fucking idiot. Are you stupid? What a stupid question to ask me. Can we ban them?
And just to confuse you, I'm going to say, yeah, I think it is. I think that's fine. Where do you think, Judd? I want an A tier. I hate them. Just don't get a dog. Do you know what? The other thing, the problem is as well, they don't look after their dogs well, and then the dog has a shitty life. Fuck it.
If we're talking about like people who like don't actually properly look after their animals, and you can slap that in a fucking S tier for me if you want.
See, the thing is, no, I'm not just talking about that. The people who are overly obsessed with animals, they don't want to look after their dog. They're not interested in that. They just want to be like, isn't my dog too cute? I love dogs so much. If you hate dogs, you're a fucking psychopath. You know?
Yeah, I know. I'm actually all right with that going in there. You know, I really do love my dog. I really do love my dog, but I do also take the time to like train him and stuff. He's a good dog. He comes when he's called. You know, he's never does anything
Next,
like.
Here is people who are flaky, flaky people. People who do a podcast regularly on a Wednesday and don't even give like a couple days notice that they can't do the podcast, that type of thing.
Yeah.
S tier, hate them. Absolutely hate them. There's a calendar app on your phone. Like, what's wrong with you? No.
For me, you could put that at A tier. You know, you could put that at an A for me.
Yeah, I'm doing it. It's going in A. Like, I was saying to my girlfriend when you couldn't do the basically, if you don't know what's happening, we're recording this podcast a day late because Judd is fucking stupid and can't organise himself. So, and I was bitching about it to my girlfriend and saying, I don't understand people who don't just use the calendar app on your phone and just organise yourself. It's so fucking easy. It's incredibly easy to just.
No, I mean, I'll put my hand up and say I dropped the ball.
You are notorious for that, but that's because of your past. Because like you used to be like really bad for it. But like,
yeah,
that you've gotten better. It's why I'm a bit more forgiving with it now. But like, it does my head in. Anyway, people who walk slowly in front of you. I think everyone's experienced this when you're just trying to get somewhere and people are just walking too slow. And I don't.
Yeah.
It's not
either fucking stand to the side or just move quickly.
I don't mind it too much, but like, fuck me, just walk faster.
I don't know. That's a C for me, maybe, or maybe a D.
I think a C. I don't know, a D. Yeah, a D. I think that's a D. So we'll plop that in D tier. What's next? Oh, this is one that I hate. It's really inconsiderate. It's people who are just noisy when it's like sleep time. Like you're trying to sleep. This is either it's obviously like a bedtime, like it's like 3 a.m. Or if you've specifically said, I'm going to go and try and sleep now. I'm going to try and have a nap for an hour. You give them an amount of time and tell them that you're going to do it, and they just still aren't quite. Or even in a morning, the one that annoyed me the most, it used to happen, it doesn't happen anymore because I've complained about it so much. My family used to be so loud in the morning, from like 6 a.m. while 8 a.m. when they were getting ready. And I was still trying to sleep because the reason it was particularly bad for me is I really struggle to get to sleep. So if I try and go to sleep at 10:30 at night, it might be I don't get to sleep while 1 a.m. You know, so like so that's why it especially was an issue for me. And then it's like just being noisy at sleep time. You're just a cunt. Fuck you. You know, just let someone sleep. I'm thinking a B or an A. It's not cracking S, but.
Yeah, I'd personally put that at an A because I have to get up at 6 a.m. and I work like a really physically demanding job, and I really shouted at my little brother and sister not too long ago because they were just arguing or something in the next bedroom over from me, and they knew I was like trying to get to sleep, and I like really fucking shouted at them, but. I mean, fuck them. They know I'm trying to sleep. They know I've got to be up early. So
yeah. I'm gonna have to extend the tier list, because we're running out of space. So bear with me, folks, while I do that. I know this isn't great podcast content, but I'm just organising something. Fuck, I've done it wrong. Oh god, it's all going wrong. Here we go. Do that. Oh shit, I've done it wrong again! I'm so bad at this. This is the worst part of listening to our podcasts, isn't it? When we do this sort of shit. We need to be more professional. Or do we? Or is that the appeal in Seattle?
I don't know. We need we need the Seattle people to tell us.
Yeah, is that what? Maybe that's what Seattle loves. Maybe that's the whole deal in Seattle, that they love stuff like that.
Unprepared retard.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we got here? Next is, I'm gonna have to be the judge on these two because you've not experienced this. This is when you're at an age for going to university and you meet up with like one of your hometown friends and they are desperate to tell you how cool their uni mates are. It's like, oh, the person who like won't shut up about how great their uni mates are.
Yeah, I have friends that have been to uni and then come back, but they've never been like, you know, going crazy about the uni friends or anything.
That's a B tier, that one. That's like, it's not shitty dog lovers or fucking you up with sleep, like, ugh, it's so annoying to hear about. And it belittles you a bit as well, is the thing. And here's the other one, right? When you're at university, the person who tells you their friends from home are so cool. It's like it's essentially the same thing, but like the opposite. They're the exact same. They both suck. They was both the same shitty person. So that goes at B tier. What we got next? Are you enjoying the fact that you can actually see something of this, Judd? You can't see anything.
I'm loving it.
We're coming into the last two kind of jokey ones, essentially. So here we've got drunken middle-aged women.
Okay, yeah, S. After yesterday, S. It's just S for me.
Okay. No, what a throwback to the start of the podcast. If you've managed to sit through all of this shit and understand that reference, then good on you. You deserve an S tier. And last but not least is anyone who is born. Don't be born.
S. Put them all at S.
Yeah, I agree. Don't be born. Don't have kids. Don't be born. There's too many people.
Exist.
There's too many people. The world's shit. There's no reason to have kids or even be born. Okay, so just don't do it. Is the answer to all of this?
Yes.
But yeah, that's the insufferable people tier list. I'm gonna post this on our Twitter. So again, follow at Tweets Badly. No one fucking follows Tweets Badly. So we're doing well there, Judd. But yeah, that's been. Have you got? Is there anything else? Have we got anything else, Judd? Is that a podcast? Are we done? What do you think?
I think that's a podcast.
I'm off to go play some Minecraft. I've been like weirdly obsessed with Minecraft lately. So there you go. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. And what is the last thing you're going to end on, Judd?
I just want to reiterate, like, don't exist. Just stop. Just end your... I can't advocate.
Thanks, folks. Bye!